And we're back at Consensus Singapore. This is Benny at CoinsNetwork. I'm here with Cloris. She is part of the PXN team. So, Cloris, tell me a little about PXN. What is it?
So, hello everyone. PXN stands for Peatio Network Exchange. So basically you can tell from the name, we are not an exchange itself. So we are trying to build some network. So what we do is to help people who want to run their exchanges to launch their exchanges. So we're basically a technical service providers, but on top of the technical services, we're also trying to provide more comprehensive services which can help our clients, such as KYC tools or KYC providers, and try to work with audit firms, law firms, so that our client can really focus on their business growth.
So how long have you been working with clients? How long has PXN been in operation?
So PXN is really a very young company. We started earlier this year, so far we have been around several months. But the team has really very long experiences in crypto and the blockchain world. So our founder, Chu Liang, he's the author of Peatio open source coding, which is the first open source coding for exchange in the world in 2013. So actually in this Consensus, we are very surprised that we have met so many fans of Peatio who came to our desk. They're like, oh my gosh, Peatio is out. They're doing something on top of the open source coding. So which is amazing. We are very glad to hear that.
Cool. And what is kind of like in your near future? Like, what are your projects that you're kind of working on currently?
As I mentioned, so our product is very simple. Basically, our target audience are those people who want to have their own exchanges. So we help them to do the hard part, which is the technical part, because it's quite comprehensive. So our audience, our clients are basically two types. One type is those people who already have some like local license. They have the resources in different countries all over the world. They want to launch their business, but they lack the engineers. So we provide a very solid infrastructure so that they can just do their business. Another part is that we feel this is quite trendy. That some ISO projects or some like vertical real world projects, they feel like, oh, we want to have a small, beautiful niche market for their own tokens to be treated. They don't want it to be very complicated. They just want like their own token with some like mainstream Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethers, like could be very simple. So that is also our client. So we don't mind what kind of like clients they are doing, but we just want to make sure they are doing their business in a very simple way, but also want to make sure their business done like according to the law and the compliance, everything.
So is that kind of been an issue with you with compliance and like different regulations in different countries? Like, how do you tackle that kind of adversity?
Right, that is a very good question. So PXN, I would say one of the genes we carry on since we were born with the compliance. So we were one of the few companies in the world, blockchain companies that has a very dedicated compliance team. So our compliance head, chief of compliance officer, he has a very extensive experiences in Hong Kong, Taiwan, for compliance in commercial banks and also securities firms. What we are doing, we will done very thorough client due diligence for our client before we onboard our clients. And for our clients' part, we definitely encourage our clients to do their own KYC stuff. And on top of on regular relationship, we would be very happy to introduce our extensive networkings with law firms, audit firms, and those compliance consulting firms to them. Such as we work with some law firms like locally and also globally, and we would be very happy to connect them on their exchange expansions. And also we work with Dow Jones, those kind of firms to connect their database so that we can share the information we have with our clients to see whether they can have easier access to the global compliance.
Cool. So, have you been working with certain partnerships to kind of help PXN grow a little bit? Like, how's that network look?
Okay, that is a really good question. That is one part of my major work. So I'm in charge of the strategic partners. So I would say everything that relates to compliance would be strategic partners. So we're actively talking with Big Four law firms, compliance consulting firms, and cybersecurity firms, trying to see, and also insurance companies, trying to see whether there are any things we can co-work together to make our clients and our clients, which could be traditional financial participants, to feel comfortable about the market.
Right.
So basically what we are doing is trying to fulfill the gap between the crypto world and the traditional financial market.
Okay. Well, I guess besides being recognized here at Consensus, how has your experience been otherwise? Have you enjoyed the conference?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's really fantastic. So PXN, we have been doing R&D for quite a long time. This is actually our team's first time to show to the market.
Right.
So it's quite an amazing trip. We have been really amazed by all the professionals, the topics, everything are quite really exciting. And it's really good to see so many people from different parts of the world to come together to discuss this exciting topic.
Yeah, it's definitely very cool just because when you think of an Asian forum, you see every country almost represented, and it's just something that is hardly ever seen in, say an American event where a lot of, you'll get a lot of attendees that are just from North America and Europe, but in Asia it's kind of like the global scale,
Right.
and it's really great to see, especially for our space. I mean, is there anything else you want to kind of talk about? Basically, if you want to say anything about yourself, like how long have you been in this space?
I myself, actually, I used to be a lawyer for almost 10 years.
Okay.
I used to do private equity fund formation, fund investment. So that's why I really care about compliance. I understand the importance. I work a lot with the private equity fund and also as an investor for the private equity fund. So I can say that is, I would say compliance and regulate, like how to make the regulators and the traditional financial players comfortable, a really important thing, because we don't want the crypto people just to play with themselves. We really want the technology to be widely adopted because we see the importance of that. So that's why my company, we really have a lot of different talents from different parts. We have crypto folks, we have IT folks, we have financial folks. So it's really a good combination so that we can really try to understand each other, even within the company better. So everything has been so far quite well. We hope that PXN can really bring something new and something really solid to this market so that we can really boost the market together.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Well,
thank you,
yeah,
Benny.
thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Once again, this is Benny with CoinsNetwork. I was just talking with Cloris from PXN, and we are closing out Consensus Singapore now. Thank you.